Hello, hello everyone. Happy Wednesday. You are getting what's new right from my craft room. I had some appointments that I was not able to be at the store. So you have got me and only me for the next hour. And boy, are you in for a treat. If you are, and as I hear that in my ears, it's not a treat just to be me. I miss my sidekick, Darlene. I know it's always so much more fun when there is the two of us. But yeah, I've got bins and bins here. I had to kind of reorganize my craft room just to fit everything in. So if you are joining me this afternoon, please do jot a hello in the comments. Let me know you're watching. And I know we've got Halloween people. I know we have Christmas people. And if you're anything else, then I maybe don't have too much for you today, but there is an awful lot of fun stuff. Really looking forward to sharing this with you. And we've got a few samples as well. I was not, my day got a little sidetracked doing something else, and I did not get my samples done for today, but I will work on that this weekend and have some samples for you next week. Anywho, I'm just going to do a quick check because I'm not seeing too many eyeballs on. I just want to make sure that we are actually live. See, oh, there's, okay, it looks like we are live, at least on YouTube. Hello, April. Gonna just double check the Facebook page, make sure that is good to go as well. Yep, oh, I can see myself, so it just might be a quiet afternoon. The weather is so beautiful out that I actually don't blame you for maybe being outside, maybe doing something fun in the summertime. See if that gets reconnected to my camera. All right, let us jump right in. Sorry, I'm just getting distracted by all my technology here. All right, so let's start off with a little bit of Hero Arts. So Hero Arts, actually both Hero Arts and Spellbinders right now are pretty heavy into Halloween. We do have a little bit of Christmas as well, and we really are rolling into this heavy seasonal festive time of year. Oh, April is back from Newfoundland. Welcome, April. Glad. I hope you had a good trip. Look forward to seeing you. Hello, Janet. Good to see you guys all jumping in. So Hero took a kind of unique spin on Halloween this year, and they're calling it Summerween. Summerween. So we've got a stamp set. There is actually two stamp sets. We ordered both, only received one, so I will be bringing in the other stamp set as well. We've got two super cute dies, and then we have a really fun Flower Power layered stencil. And so this is really just, making fun of Halloween, especially since we are releasing it in the summertime. And just having some fun with it. So this stamp is called Beach Booze. We've got the little ghosts in the inflatable pool. We've got the ghost here kind of floating on the lake. We've got palm trees. We've got sand castles. And this also has the coordinating die. Super, super cute. And you know what? You know what's nice about ghosts? Is usually they're white. So there's not a whole lot of coloring you need to do in order to bring these guys to life. And then there is, We All Scream. It is a ghost popsicle. Absolutely adorable. You could add a wobbler on there, make him dance kind of on that popsicle stick, and just have a lot of fun. Again, super easy because you're really focusing on white. And then just bring in a pop of color down here. And then to take it all to the totally retro look, this one is called Free Spirit. So you do have a ghost that is a standalone. You do have a layer for the ghost that has all the cute little flowers on it, and then a few extra flowers to embellish. So you can really mix and match. It does not look like there is a layer for the black, so you would just have to put a piece of black in behind for his eyes. But how stinking adorable. I have anxiously been waiting for this guy to come. I've wanted him to play with him for quite some time. So this one's definitely going in the sherry pile. And then, like I said, we've got this Flower Power stencil. It is 4 different layers and just adds that fun summertime feel to our Halloween or Summerween release. Now, while I've got Hero out here, while I have got Halloween here, I do want to call attention, and do I have it? Yep, it is on the back here. So last year we had Craftoween from Spellbinders. This year we are going to have Heroween from Hero Arts. It's 13 little envelopes with some really cute little items inside. Looks like 11 die sets, 2 Stampin' Cuts, 1 4x6 stamp, and an embellishment pack. As of right now, I am just taking names on a wait list. We have just been given permission to potentially put this up for pre-sale. We will be ordering it at the beginning of August, arriving later in August. But if this is something that is of interest to you, definitely give us an email, and I can add you to the list and keep you updated as to what's happening with that set. I've seen a couple of little sneaky peekies, and it's going to be super cute. I know people were a little anxious when it went from Spellbinders to Hero, but after seeing some of these Halloween releases from Hero and seeing the evolution of the new creative director at Hero Arts, she's absolutely knocking it out of the park. So I think the Heroween kit is going to be a really sought after and super cute kit. Before I segue into Christmas, we do also have these guys in the house, tiny bears. And yes, they really are that tiny. I don't even have anything here. Well, just to compare to my scissors, say. They are super, super tiny. These, if you got the Carly T Gummy Bears class bundle, these were inside it. They sold out really quickly and they were hard to get on their own. But now that we've got Halloween and candy and that kind of thing in, I grabbed some of those as well. Good for shakers, good just for embellishments. Don't eat them. First of all, they might hurt your teeth because they're quite hard. They're not soft like a gummy bear, but also not really meant to be eaten. Okay, we're going to now move into Winter Wreath, which is a Christmas collection from Hero Arts. This is one that I have on my desk. Well, not literally because I had to clear it up for today, but in my slot to do some samples for. And I'm going to start with the main die, the Winter Wreath die. This is a really jam-packed die. It's got a 2-layer wreath in 2 sizes. So this one here, you can make the large wreath, do a lighter color and then a darker color in behind. Or you can do a smaller wreath. And I've got those catalogs here to show you some of the samples. I think it's really phenomenal, some of the neat things they've done. Then there's this little guy, which is your hanger for your wreath. Ellen's closing her eyes. I showed you Halloween first, Ellen. I think there's a little bit more Halloween to come, so don't you worry. You could do a Halloween wreath out of this, absolutely, and I'll talk about how you could do that in just a second. There are also accessories. Yeah, this one does come with like the orange slices and the cinnamon sticks, and then it also has joy in 2 sizes. So you can do big wreaths, you can do small wreaths, you can do a combination thereof. There is also an additional accessories pack. So this one has all kinds of teeny tiny little houses. It's got bows, and then it's also got some dots. And maybe this is where I will just pull out the cover here. So this is what they did with the wreath with the dots. They created kind of a candy or a bubble type of wreath here. Add the bow, put your sentiment in there, but a really cute way to adapt that wreath to give it kind of a more casual contemporary look. What else goes with this set? So those are the two wreaths. Now what do you put the wreath on? You put it on a door. And here is a door stencil. It to me is very reminiscent of the jean jacket stencil that Hero Arts did a little while back, and so many of you loved it. So it's got all the different layers in order to make this door, and then you would put your wreath kind of on the front door, and that gives it a really fun way to give it some context. April, you're absolutely right. The wreath could be done in black and orange, or adding some purple and green. And definitely you could adapt it, or you just do a regular wreath, but then you do the little houses, almost like trick-or-treating in the Halloween colors. Lots and lots of possibilities. To finish this collection off, there is the Very Merry Wishes stamp and die set. Peace and joy, have a holly jolly Christmas, very merry wishes, warm wishes, a Merry Christmas to you, and so on. And those would nest nicely inside the wreath here, so that you can have those sentiments. There is also a strip sentiment die. So Hero Arts has, this is a stamp. Hero Arts has that die set that allows you to stamp and cut out the strips. Here is a brand new sentiment set that allows you to do that. I believe we still have the strip die in stock. I will double check, and if we need to get more, then I will get more of those as well. So that is the winter wreath collection. Again, just to show you a couple of samples. Well, back to the ghosts. Here's some different ways where they've used the ghosts. And the stamp set we did not get, which I will get, is the Ghoul Summer here with the skeleton flamingos and some more popsicles. Some boobly tea instead of bubble tea. So we'll get that in. And then here's the wreath. So there's your wreath on the door with the little houses. These almost look like they have been sprinkled with glitter, so it looks like they're almost like gummy houses. I love how they've done joy here, and they've added the wreath as the O. There's the houses just on their own, and then some more options over here. This I'm absolutely going to recreate this one. I love this one. So lots and lots of options there. There's that strip die that I was telling you about. So that is Halloween and Christmas from Hero Arts. Hero Arts. And then, as usual, when we start with Hero Arts, we then segue over to Spellbinders. Sorry, no Halloween yet for Spellbinders. That should be in the next order. Let me start with a couple of staples, just to kind of be a bit of a palette cleanser, and then we will jump into the Christmas as well. So we have the A2 molded ornate frame. This is an A2, so you would put your whole panel inside and put it through your embossing folder. This one here I really like. It's the herringbone decor. Kind of hard to tell. I really want to just try one, but it almost looks like parquet flooring or something like that, where it's got the little planks of wood. And then this one here, so those are both the smaller size, the A2 size. And then we have the diamond blocks. And I've got a sample coming up that Darlene got. I can't remember if she got the embossing folder or if she got just the panel, but she's used it for a Christmas card. You definitely could use this with the little diamonds and everything for a Halloween card as well. So, or anniversary, or what, I mean, so many uses for this diamond blocks. Kind of gives, again, that flooring look, but really, really fun. So those are new embossing folders from Spellbinders. And now we're going to flip into the seasonal. So hold on to your hats. We got a little bit to show here. First off, we have a menorah lights. Dies, stamps, really anything to celebrate Hanukkah has often been few and far between. So I was really excited to see this particular die come into place. And it is actually a stamp and die. The die itself looks to be about 3 inches. Did I guess that right? About 3 1/4. So yeah, I was pretty close there. Pretty close there. And then you've got 3 different sentiments. Happy Hanukkah, sending love across all 8 nights. Let the light of each candle bring blessings. So a really, really pretty little Hanukkah die set for the season. Raise your hand if you knew that Spellbinders had rub-ons. They've had them for a little while. We haven't brought them in too often, but we did bring in 2 holiday sets. One is called First Christmas Night. It is more of a faith-based theme here. So you've got some sentiments, you've got some images. Whoops, jumping out of my hands there. It does have 2 sheets. So the first sheet is what I showed you here, and then this one here, I like how they've done the words in the shape of the Christmas tree. So that is really pretty. And then this one is called Joyful Wishes. This one might be an older one. I know that I ordered 2, but only got 1, so I can't remember now if this was the new one or the older one. But what a sweet little Santa Claus, or it's not Santa Claus, snowman. My favorite nutcrackers, the truck, the little shop window, and then we've got another snowman here, Santa, and so on and so forth. Now, what Darlene did with this in our trade show is something like this. Now, this is another cut and emboss folder. It was not available when I placed my last order, but if this is of interest, I can absolutely bring it in. Then all they did is use the sentiment and the rub-on and put it on a piece of paper in the center of that frame. It looks like it's been watercolored right onto the card, and it just gives a very sweet, very simple aesthetic for a holiday card. These would be great to mass produce, other than the fact that you only get 1 of each image in the pack. But you could do a lot of similar things, you know, with the 2 different snowmen, with the nutcrackers, with the Santa. The other ones might be a little bit too big, but you could definitely use that for inspiration. So thank you, Darlene, for making that sample and taking that class for us. That is the rub-ons. And then I'm going to switch bins here for a second. So every year, Spellbinders comes out with what I will call a boxed kit. It is a collection of goodies that primarily is designed for card makers. And this year, the theme is called Dear Santa. So you can tell by the look of the box that it is very festive, though it does have lots of these pink tones. I know pink as a holiday color can be a very polarizing discussion. As we open up the box here, North Pole to Santa. I would do my best to try and save that, because you never know what kind of card you could put that on. See if I can gently just release it here. Inside the kit, you do get a whole selection of card bases and envelopes. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Looks like 20 cards and envelopes. In the past, they've done, I think, 10 A2 and 10 5x7. This year, they've gone just with straight A2. There is a little insert that gives you a little bit of inspiration and links you to some project ideas that Spellbinders is going to come up with. There is some tape and foam squares. And then look at all the goodies in the kit. So there is gems. There is die-cut sentiments. There is chipboard frames and corners. I like that idea. Puffy stickers, more ephemera, a 6x6 pad, chipboard ephemera, and then a selection of colored cardstock in there. So tons and tons of stuff. I'm sure you could make quite a selection of cards in there using the supplies in this box. Lots and lots of fun. Perfect if you were going away to a crop or a weekend at your cottage and all you wanted to do is make Christmas cards. So that is the Dear Santa holiday kit. Let me see if I can recap. 20 A2 cards, tape, foam squares, 18 pieces of cardstock, 40 sheets of 6x6 paper, 298 die-cut ephemera, 1 sheet of gemstones, 38 chipboard frames and corners, 2 sheets of puffy stickers, and 2 sheets of chipboard stickers. Lots of stuff. But then, this year, they have also paired it with a bunch of a la carte items. So, there is the Dear Santa 12x12 pack. I know 6x6 very much is designed for card makers. If you are more of a scrapbooker, then you've got, here it is in your 12x12, 20 sheets in total. 3 of them have foil on it. And if I'm correct, yes, it is single-sided. So you've got 20 sheets of single-sided paper here in that Dear Santa theme. Look at all those envelopes. It is stinking cute. And what I like about a lot of their papers is that even though it's 12x12, it is scaled down. So if the 6x6 pad just doesn't have enough for you, go to the 12x12 and cut it down. You'll still be able to use it for your cards. Other things that we brought in to coordinate with it, so we did bring in the die-cut ephemera as a standalone pack. I'm going to put it back in my little bin here so it's easy to put away. Don't want to lose Darlene's sample here. There is festive birds. These are like layered acetate stickers. They've got a translucence to them, so those are really fun just to add some color and some shine. And we have the Letters to Santa set. This is all little envelopes, little journaling cards that you can either use as standalone or add to your memory keeping pieces. And then last but not least, this was probably one of my favorite things in this collection. It is washi tape, but they are all postage stamps. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get close enough there. But 6 little designs there, and they do have the perforation marks in between. So as you separate and tear them off, they will all look like postage stamps. So that is a really cute little Dear Santa set to go along with it. There are, of course, also stamps and dies. Well, not stamps, dies. So there is the Happy Post envelope. It's a cute little envelope. Not super big. It'll fit nicely on your card or on your layout. I like how they've kind of etched in so it looks like the letter has writing on it. There is also the Festive Floral Mix. So this has more of those embellishments. And you know, a lot of these things could be used on that Hero Arts wreath as well. Here's how they've kind of decorated up that envelope. There is a Merry Greetings sentiment set. So you've got the detail as well as the shadow layer. And then there is a press and foil sentiment set as well. And this is one of those one and done where you would press or foil your sentiment and then you would die cut it out, do it all at once, and you get all of these great sentiments all at once. So it really is useful, if especially for something like Christmas cards, where you could run through your Better Press machine or run through your Glimmer machine, do a bunch of these and have a whole selection of sentiments that you can just add as you need it. Now, to show you some samples, or a sample, this is the sample that Darlene made in our trade show. And I like how they've added the little heart on there and just pretty little pops of color, just the little subtle pieces of pink here really soften it and really allow that poinsettia to pop out. And then here is that diamond block embossing folder in behind. I'm going to put that over here so that it stays safe. Is there any other samples in here? So here, you know, they've used the pattern paper. Here they've used that washi tape and just a little envelope with poinsettia. And with the envelope, you don't have to have it open. You could close it down and just have that little look to it. I love this one too, with the little faux wax seal on it. Super, super cute. So that is the Dear Santa collection from Spellbinders. Not done Spellbinders yet. Nope, this is a big one today. but we are going to move out of seasonal stuff and move into something that is for storage. Before I do that, as I see down the side, just to let you know, we have restocked the fall assortment and the Christmas assortment of the Spellbinders cardstock. So if you want just a nice selection of seasonal color themes, that is there as well. And then storage. So, not sure if you saw on my Learning Live last night, I did have one of the larger craft stacks trays that I was holding all my inks in. Well, now they've come out with the big daddy of craft stacks. This is what they call the craft stacks deep, or the deep stacks. So you can see they are quite a bit deeper, and yes, I'm going to dig into this. Let's take that packaging off, because you know I'm going to want one anyways. And just like the original craft stacks, you do have your lid, which they also count as a tray. So that is 1 piece, 2 piece. But look how nice and deep they are. That is 2 inches deep. So you've got lots of depth in here to put things like ink cubes, blending brushes, your glue, all of that kind of thing. You get a second one in the kit. I'll put that over here somewhere safe. But then they got really smart, and there are 3 different tray inserts that you can put in these. So this is the insert tray for the little rectangular ink pads. So this would be your Better Press inks or your archival mini inks. There are trays for your regular cubes, like so. And there's this little tray here, which is for your reinkers or your stickles or your little bottles of things. Now let me see if I can get this open. So reinker bottles, yeah, it just says reinker. I would say that stickles, glossy accents, that I should probably be able to get back in. So what you would do is you would take the lid off. This little guy would nest right inside. And then you've got your stickles, your liquid pearls, your reinkers, and they just fit nicely here in the tray. And look, the lid can go on. So that keeps those all nice and stacked, keeps them organized if you are going to a crop or taking them on the go. Same would go for the ink cubes. There are 2 trays in each one. So I'm going to actually open the Better Press one, because I think I'm going to move my Better Press from one of my Tiffany cases into one of these. But again, since you've got 2 trays, or 2 stacks, you've also got 2 trays. And good thing I knew where these were. So your inks would just go in here nicely like this. And I'm just wondering, could I theoretically, yes I could, if that bottom level was full and I wanted to double stack. Now will the lid go on? It sure will. So you can either so it looks like Matt's chiming in as well. So yes, the ink cube trays, there's 2 in a pack. You can either split them between 2 of your craft stacks or double stack them here within your tray. Keeps everything tidy and organized, and they were smart. They've got this little handle so you can lift the tray out and keep it tidy. One last thing that I added into my order was the large versions of the silicone bands, because, and I'm just seeing if I've got any here in my drawers. I've tucked them away and now I need to find them again. These silicone bands wrap around, and I'm not 100% sure. I know these will fit on the flatter ones, and you can stack a couple together. I would have to try to see if it would hold this one, just in case, like if you want that extra reinsurance that the lid is going to stay closed, again, especially if you are traveling. So I will find mine, I will test that out, and I will confirm that for you guys, whether these large bands will fit on the deep stacks. And that is all the new goodies from Spellbinders. But that's not all for Learning Live today. Not even close. Do we want to take a little break from stamps and dies? Let's do a little bit of paper. Let's do some paper. Ellen, you can open your eyes. It is not Christmas paper. We have 3 new collections from Simple Stories. Now, we didn't bring in full collection, so some we only have collection packs, some we have select sheets. The first one we have here is Pumpkins and Plaid. So we do have the collection pack. We do have select single sheets, so definitely go to our website. Matt always keeps that new arrivals section nice and full. Hence the reason why I've got so much to share with you today. We also have the 6x8 pad. This Pumpkins and Plaid has lots of those deep, rich, rusty colors, the maroons, and then the teals and the greens. Just add lots of beautiful life to that. Stickers will give you a good indication. So this is the cardstock sticker icons with that cute little deer, the little coffee, hot chocolate, pumpkin spice latte. I know, it's still only July. I don't want to be talking about pumpkin spice lattes just yet, but really fun if you are looking forward to fall. Then we've got the cardstock sticker basics with your tabs, your little borders, some tags, and some word stickers. We have the bits and pieces. Tons of stuff in the bits and pieces. We've got the floral bits. We've got the journal bits. All the bits. We've got the page pieces. So if you are doing more of a layout, or you could use this in a planner spread, a TN notebook, that kind of thing. Some fun little embellishments there. And that is it for Pumpkins and Plaid. Next up, Ellen, keep those eyes open. Next up, we have Frightful Fun. This was just a mini kit, I believe. Looks like there's only, oh no, it's just that they've changed the packaging a little bit. Yeah, there's the stickers inside. So this is your very traditional Halloween. We've got the page pieces, Frightful, and the bits and pieces for this one as well. There's lots of Halloween this year. So we were a little bit choosy in what we brought in. Then we have Seichi's Classic Mouse Halloween. Yes, it's true. Halloween haunting with the classic mouse, Steamboat Willie and his friend. And you know, there just might be something coming from Spellbinders that goes with this collection. I've seen it. Oh my gosh, even I probably won't be able to resist it. So we'll keep our eyes peeled for that. But this is the Classic Mouse Halloween. Collection packs, yes. We did do select single sheets. So we've got some good Halloween paper to go with it. And then we've got our icon stickers, bright and colorful and fun. We've got our basic stickers. Again, if you're doing a mini album, Some great tabs and labels. Yeah, I thought you'd like that one, Ellen. We've got our page pieces which says Batty. We've got the bits and pieces. We've got the journal bits, and you know they changed the format of all of their bits, so there's so much more inside. You get so much more value for it. And we brought in the 6x8 pad. So go and check all of those wonderful fall and Halloween collections from Simple Stories. And there is one little Christmas thing in here from Simple Stories. And for those who need a kickstart to get jumping on their holiday cards, we've got the Kringle & Co. card kit. We know many of you ladies like to get started with this. No scissors required. All you need to do is punch the pieces out, attach them with your foam squares or your tape runner, and away you go. So tons of fun, festive stuff from Simple Stories. Halloween, fall, and Christmas. All right, that bin can go back together. Okay, I think I'm gonna go. I've got one last paper-based collection, and then we'll end off with 2 Stamp and Die companies. So we'll bring that up, but we'll also bring this one up. This one is not seasonal at all. I've got a question here. Is the cube tray compatible with the Lawn Fawn ink cubes? So the one I showed you is for the square ones, or sorry, the rectangle ones, which are the better press. But yes, there is a insert for the cubes as well. That's over here. So you would want the one that is called ink cube trays. And yes, all cubes are pretty much the same size. So as much as I'm showing you a Gina K, the Lawn Fawn is the same size. So all the ink cubes will fit in there, any brand. Okay, so we got some new stuff from Creative Art, which is our company from Belgium. And we showed you some really fun card kits last week. This one is actually not seasonal at all. But if you want something a little whimsical, if you love fairies and cute little people, we have the Whispering Forest. So this is the art journaling and card making booklet. This is a fussy cutting booklet, so make sure you have your super sharp scissors handy. You've got some little card panels. You've got some larger pages. You've got some nice little backgrounds over here on this side, and so on and so forth. So this book is just packed with value. Look at how darling those little characters are. I just want to pinch their cheeks and boop their noses. The little hedgehog, the little animals, the toadstools. Really very mystical and fantastical, but you could have a lot of fun with that particular book. So that is the book. We do also have this piece here. I'm still learning their names. I'm not sure what this is particularly called, but it is essentially all of the backgrounds. So they are a 4x6 background, and you've got a whole series. There's 8 different ones. Looks like you get 2 of each because there's 16, but there's all those little backgrounds. And you would pair that either with fussy cutting elements from in here, or we have these guys here that are already die cut out for you. Lots of pretty little characters there. And we also have 2 different sheets of the decoupage. So these ones are no cut. If it's got a line through the scissors, you don't need scissors. They just punch out, and then you layer them. So this one here would be your base with the wings. Then this would layer on top. I prefer to use the thin foam squares, but you could definitely use the regular foam squares to give it some extra dimension. Then you've got her little legs, and those 3 pieces then would make up her as a full element. We've got the little dancing fairy, and then we've got the bunny and the watering can as well. This one here, again, has the little boy, the little girl. This one looks like there's 4 layers to it. This one's 4 layers. Then we've got the little deer and the little hedgehog. And then last but certainly not least, there is also a card kit. So this gives you the backgrounds, it gives you the openings, and again, it's no cut, so they just punch out and you can create those cards. So something a little bit different. I'm really loving the stuff that is coming from Creative Art. A very different look and just something really fun to play with. All right, we are going to finish strong. We have two more Stamp and Die companies to share with you. I am going to start with Concord and Ninth. This was their, what are we in, July release, and we have selections from both Concord and Ninth, the main brand, as well as Christina Werner. First off, we have Daisy Delights. So this is a die set as well as a stamp set. They are separate. We did not bundle them because the stamp set could work on its own. But if you look at the back here and you see that the flowers are 2 tones, that's because you die cut it out of one color and then stamp it in the second color to give that really dimensional look. So that is Daisy Delights. This is a full A2 panel, a fun little banner, lots of foliage to go with that. We have Clear Skies, and this one actually has 3 elements to it. So there is the main die. This is their airplanes and balloons. Really good for birthday or retirement. A lot of fun there. Nice masculine spin if you are looking for something a little bit on that masculine side. I love the little parachute with the gift. You've got the balloons. The main die has that cloudy frame plus all your little elements to go with it. There is a stamp set that goes with it. Drop in some love, plain and simple, miles apart, but always close at heart. Just flying by to say hello, wishing you clear skies. And then to give it that finishing touch, we've got the Clear Skies stencil. And it's actually 2 stencils in one. One gives you the sun rays as they run through the sky, and the other one gives you extra clouds. So if you take a look at this guy here, you can see the clouds in the background. So it really just adds some extra dimension and layer to that set. So that is Clear Skies. And then I believe, nope, there's a couple more still. The next suite from Concord and Ninth is called Lotus, or Layered Lotus. So there is this piece here, which creates this really gorgeous lotus flower background. You've got the main cover plate here, and then you've got extra dies in order to cut and change color for some of those pretty little flowers on there. There is a sentiment set, so hello friend, sending love, happy birthday, a paper hug just for you. I love the typefaces they have chosen. They've got a very, very strong graphic element to these, which makes it really different from anything that I've seen from other companies. And then there is just the layered lotus dies. So you could just make the lotus flower. You can make this little badge. This is where you would bring your sentiment stamp into play here. And it is a really lovely, calming suite of products that you can make just cards for any reason. Thank you, sending love, encouragement, and so on and so forth. Next, we've got pretty thank you dies. Easier if I show you what it looks like when it's done. So it is a nice big element that would all you would need on a card front, or you could bring in a stencil in the background or some little flowers. Nothing too dramatic, because I think that thank you is dramatic enough. As always, Concord and Ninth does have a QR code that will take you to videos in case you need to know how to put those together. Hello, Donna. No worries. You definitely catch us on replay. We are still going strong here. And yes, I agree. That nice big font is really, really stunning. And then speaking of the cottage, this is called Cottage Window Inlay. And the inlay dies have been really popular from Concord and Ninth. Now they're showing it as only one color, but I have seen samples where they cut it out 2 or 3 times in different colors, and then you just inset. It is a little bit of a paper piecing element. It does take a little bit of patience, but you could then pop in all the little bits so that you can create a nice multicolored background with that. So that is really fun. That is Concord and Ninth. But there is also Christina Werner. Christina has her own collections, but we're sticking kind of in that floral realm here. We have the Petal Pop. These are all, she's gone a little bit retro with some of these, and the fonts and the zigzags and things really showcase this. I love that it's got kind of that rick-rack look to make it look like a ribbon. You've got that retro font on some of those sentiments, and this is just a really versatile kind of page builder or card builder type set that gives you lots of individual elements to work with and just change up the colors and so on. There is a stencil set. This is a 6-layer stencil, and you can either do this background here or this background here. I like how they've started putting the colors on here to tell you what colors they used from their ink selection, but by all means you could do your own thing. And then we have a sentiment set that goes with this. So keeping you close in my thoughts today, just a little note to say thanks, and I'm thinking of you. Take care. Sending a bit of sunshine for your heart today. Really nice, encouraging sentiments. And again, nice, clean, fresh font, so it's super easy to read. Now these ones are a little bit delicate, so definitely dig out your VersaFine ink like I shared with you last night. And when you are stamping, don't push too hard. If you push too hard, the letters are going to smoosh out and you're not going to get a clean image. So just a little tip on those. Then Christina has the Retro Flowers series. So there is your big stamp. That is a 6x6 stamp. Look at those great big bold flowers that you can color in. You can watercolor, have so much fun. That retro font as well. There's no picture on the back of this one, but Christina's really good at posting inspiration on her Instagram. We've got the die set, so you've got a detail layer and a shadow layer. And then they will also work, I believe, that thank you and the get well soon will also work with the stamp set. And you've got some extra flowers there. Then there is a stencil set. So again, 2 different looks that you can achieve here. Listed the colors, and this has 6 stencils in total. Donna's saying she loves her big stamps. I think it gives you a great big background to play with. And you know what? You could also, these are bold enough and easy enough, you could fussy cut them if you just wanted an individual element. So lots of fun to play with there. That is the Retro Flowers. A few staples. So Christina has her thin frames and her detailed frames series in other sizes and shapes. This is the A6, which is, I can never remember. A6 is 4.5 by not quite 6.5. So it is bigger than an A2, but not quite a 5x7, though you could definitely put that on a 5x7 card and have it just have a little bit of a border around that outside. Some fun sentiments included as well. And then speaking of big stamps, we're finishing off with this Easy Repeat Herringbone stamp set that you can create fun backgrounds, color it in, cut them into strips, do whatever you want. That's a fun set from Christina. So that wraps up Concord and Ninth. And now, back to seasonal again, back to some basics again. We have some new stamps from Catherine Pooler. Last week we shared with you the inks that we brought in. Matt didn't have a chance to get these stamps set up last week, but we do have them set up this week. Now, we're going to start with a restock. We've got the Sympathy Inside Sentiment. So these are inside out sympathy sentiments. So Catherine's got a very strong collection of stamps that go inside your card. Nice saying. So may you find peace in your heart and healing in your soul. With deepest sympathy, our thoughts and prayers are with you and your family. We did have this before. It sold out, so we brought it back in. We brought in more of the happy birthday. Same idea, some great sentiments for inside your cards. I hope your day is full of surprises and all the delights you deserve. And then we brought in the Peking Pets. Again, I think we only had 1 or 2 left. And we know that this has been selling well, so we brought this in. I love that he's got a little Santa hat, so we can start thinking towards Christmas. Sorry, Ellen. Little paw print, little unicorn. He could be dressed up for Halloween as a unicorn. Now, to go with that, so this was the original one. We also brought in, because we know you love your animals, we brought in more Peking Pets. So we've got a few more puppies, a few more kitties, another paw print, a few more accessories. And this one was not just for Donna, but at the request of Donna, the glasses for the Peking Pets. This one is called Pet Specs. So the glasses are now in the house to go on our little critters and give them an even quirkier look. So that is the Peking Pets. Brought in a few more sentiment sets. So this one is called 3 Times the Thanks. And again, talking about fonts, these have some really, really fun fonts. So we've got something a little bit more traditional. Then we've got some bolder ones. We've got some ones that look almost like handwriting. And you can collect them together so that you can make, make a full sentence kind of thing. Something I'm clearly having trouble. Donna says she's been having fun with the Peking Pets and their glasses, so definitely love to see what you're going to make there, Donna. So this one is called 3 Times the Thanks. This one is called Birthday One-Liners. So we've got Can We Eat Cake Now? Can't Wait to Celebrate. My Presence is Your Present. Let's Get the Party Started. You're My Favorite Reason to Celebrate. We've got Birthday Girl, Birthday Boy, A Year Older and Much Wiser, Drinks on Me, Here's to Many More. So some really fun little one-liner. And yes, the fonts are really, really fun. And then because, unfortunately, that sympathy set has been as popular or as, I guess, in need as it has been, we also brought in a Thinking of You. So this is Inside Out Thinking of You sentiments. Just wanted to know you've been on my heart. Today I thought of you and smiled. Please know you, with all you are going through, I am here for you. So some really nice sentiments that you can put inside your card to finish off your artwork. I also brought in a really unique stencil. And again, I wish I had had more time before today to play with it. I plan to use this with my Josh Griffith people stamps and watercolors. I can see the people living in the bubbles and creating a nice little vignette kind of look to this. But you could just use it for a pattern, water droplets, that kind of thing. You can go and check out on her website and on her Instagram. She's got some really unique things with this stencil. I can't wait to play with it. And hey, maybe that's a learning live. So that's one I've already got in my collection. Now we did bring in a selection of summer themed items. Her latest release, I think it was July's release, was ice cream themed. And then I also went digging and found some older ones as well. So I think this was an older one. It's called First Ice Cream. So you've got your little ice cream card. You've got the stacked ice cream, some little ice cream icons that would be great, like in a planner or something smaller format. And then the fun little ice cream on a stick. Kind of looks like the ghost. Yep, definitely a theme going there. We do have this die set that is called Build a Sundae. Self-explanatory. And whipped cream and ice cream and all kinds of fun stuff. And maybe we call this something else depending on what color you cut it out of. This set here is Life is Better with Sprinkles. So some fun, it's a mix of sentiments and little icons, kind of like little badges or little stamps. So sweet dreams are made of ice cream. You deserve a triple scoop. Life is better with sprinkles. You are the cherry on my sundae. With coordinating die. We've got another trip around the sun. So this is more of a birthday theme, but it's got you've got your two-toned swirly ice cream cone. You've got your ice cream in a cup. And I don't know if you can see it very well, but there is little letters on here. And that'll help you match things up. So we've got 5A and 5B, 6A and 6B, 1A and 1B for the ice cream. Oh, Darlene's saying I wouldn't mind ice cream for dinner. Yep, totally on board with that, considering didn't get anything out of the freezer for dinner tonight, so you never know. And then there is this one that's called Channel Stitch. This is a background die. Again, saw some really fun stuff on her site using this, but to me it also could look like the patterns on an ice cream cone. So I thought that was really fun and went really well with this ice cream suite. Okay, Ellen, this one is for you. We definitely had you in mind, and all of our Halloween lovers, Cheryl, Taylor, Elaine, all of you guys who absolutely love Halloween, we've got some Halloween goodies for you. The first one is called Halloween Half Dozen. What do you think that's going to be? It's donuts. So we're moving from ice cream to donuts. Everyone's going to leave this live hungry. So cute little donuts, whether it's the spider web, the mummy, or the pumpkin that goes on the donuts. Lots of little faces. There is no pictures on the packaging. So we'll just have to do some samples to share that with you. Donut be scared. Have a sweet Halloween. And then this one I really thought was adorable. It is called Dipped and Sprinkled, and it is your candy apples. So that would be really fun in Halloween colors or just in fall colors. Caramel makes everything better. Who's sweeter than you? I'd fall for you every time. So two really fun fall Halloween kind of themed sets. And then we move into Christmas. So to go along with the other inside sentiments, we've got the Inside Out Christmas. Lots of fun little sentiments here to go inside your Christmas card. Wishing you and yours a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Missing you this season and wishing we could be together. Hoping the magic of Christmas fills your heart and home with joy. And a great big Merry Christmas as well. This one here is called Holiday Stacks. And again, the fonts are really appealing to me these days. And I just love that it gives such a contemporary and fun look. Even when you're doing something a little bit more traditional like ornaments. This one also has a Hanukkah sentiment built into that so that you can use it and tailor it to whomever you're giving it to. We've got a larger set here. This one is called Caroling Sentiments. And the sentiments are in shapes. So you've got joy to the world in the shape of an ornament. Dreaming of a white Christmas in the shape of a snowman. Fa la 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 la, la 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 in the shape of a tree. And some fun little borders and elements to go with that. Come back to that one. Here we've got Warm and Bright. It's very traditional here, but with the lanterns, I could totally see using pear blossom press lights to go into that and really have a functional street light or lantern for your card. And tell me if you are one of these people. Ever since I was small, and I know Darlene is in this same camp as well, every Christmas I get a new pair of pajamas for Christmas Eve. So we thought Night Before Christmas was totally fitting. You've got the two little pajama sets. You've got the nightcap. You've got the stocking. You've got the storybook. So yes, absolutely this could be for 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. but it could also be for a slumber party or girls' night out or something like that. So you've got some fun little accents here to go with that. That is a larger set. That nice solid stamp would work really well with the Catherine Pooler inks. All right, two more things. This one, oh, and this one I don't have a picture. Gonna have to do a sample. This is called the Tipsy Tree. And no, it has not had any eggnog or anything like that, but I call it the Whoville tree. So it's got a nice curly edge to it. Definitely we'll have to find some samples, and I'm sure Matt's got that loaded on the website already to show you exactly what this layered stencil set can do. And we finish off with this one here. This is called Tin Punch Snowflakes Cover Plate. So it's got all these beautiful snowflakes in little pointed dots. So when you put it through your die cutting machine, I don't want to say that it's embossed, but it will give you that pattern in kind of a dotted fashion. Now I don't know if it'll be deep enough to actually stitch. I'm sure that'll be something that Darlene gives a try. Matt's saying that there are samples on the website, so definitely go and check out the individual SKUs for some great samples, and we will get some more of those up and running as well. So there you go. Halloween and Christmas extravaganza with a few little red herrings thrown in there in between. I do promise to do my homework, do my samples. Here's Darlene's samples again. And just, we're going to have lots of fun. There's lots more coming. And we're definitely going to get you all in the holiday spirit, regardless of what holiday is the one you prefer to celebrate, whether it's Halloween, Christmas, or all of the above. Don't forget, on Saturdays, we are now open at 9 a.m. Thursday nights, we are open until 7 p.m. So if you need a few extra hours to come and shop, we've extended those hours for you. And we just love to see you in the store. Darlene and I are working on some more class ideas, got some things that we're hoping to launch very, very soon, just waiting for a couple of follow-ups, and then we will just have lots more to share with you to keep you crafting. Until then, stay cool, maybe have ice cream for dinner, and keep on crafting. We'll talk to y'all soon. Good night, everyone.